What's up, everybody? So we're talking about plantar fasciitis. So we love discussing things that aren't commonly seen in a chiropractic practice, and plantar fasciitis is one of those things. And anytime anybody comes in, is like, my foot hurts, I think I've got plantar fasciitis. That's our job to really start digging in and figuring out what it is. Quite honestly, there are many things that mimic plantar fasciitis. There's many things that mimic different kinds of foot pain and ankle pain throughout the foot. And so it's our job to really start dialing in and figuring out what's going on. But today we're going to talk about plantar fasciitis specifically. So one of the very first things we look for is, where does it hurt? Plantar fasciitis typically hurts at the front part of the calcaneus, the front part of the back of the foot itself. So if we peel these layers away, so this is the actual plantar fascia, and then we drop our flexor digitorum, the plantar fasciitis is going to hurt where it attaches, basically right back here in the back of the foot bone. So if it hurts there, it might be plantar fasciitis. But if it hurts back, but still hurts on the back of the heel, sometimes that is plantar fasciitis. Sometimes that's other things. And then we start to get in there and really try to figure out what is causing the pain right there. So this is a simple self-assessment we're going to start with today. So one of the things that cause plantar fasciitis is actually issues from the low back. Your low back may be sore and achy. You might be having some pain specifically in your foot. You might just be having pain in your foot. You may not be having any issues in the low back. But one of the ways we test for that, let me get my muscles out of the way. Excuse me. One of the ways we test for that is we take the affected side, so we take your foot, and we have you sit up really straight and tall. We're going to say, in this case, this is the side of the leg, this is the foot that hurts. So we're going to have you sit up really straight and tall. We're going to have you straighten that knee out. From there, we're going to flex your toes and ankle up towards your face as far as we possibly can. Then we are going to see if that recreates your symptoms. If it does recreate your symptoms, that's the exact same symptoms, there's a good chance that what's going on there is actually coming from your low back. But so this is only one part of the test. So we do it sitting up straight and tall. But we also do that slouched and slumped over. We do the same thing again. If we recreate your symptoms on either version of that, sitting up tall or slouched over, we know there's a good chance what's going on in your foot is actually coming from the low back. You don't have a foot problem. You probably have a low back problem. And that's one of the things we love actually trying to figure out and go from there. Then how we break that out is we start moving your low back around, and we see where is movement deficits and what's going on from there. And we get the right treatment going on, because we start trying to just treat this as plantar fasciitis, and we start doing foot strengthening things, ankle movement things, treatments on the calves and stuff like that. A lot of times it's not going to change it. And quite often we see people who have been through different treatments, tried different things, tried different insoles, different inserts, and spent lots of money elsewhere, only to figure out once they finally get here is they didn't actually have a foot problem the entire time. They had a low back problem, and no one actually looked and saw what was going on there. So that's what we love to figure out. So that's step one today of one of the things that can mimic it. Stay tuned. We're going to just be discussing this throughout the next couple of weeks, and we're going to look at a few more signs and different things that we're looking for on the clinical side to see what is going to kind of clue us in and gives us some ideas of what's going on.